And now, the hottest podcast around the globe. Straight Up TV with your host, that dude All-Star. With two co-hosts, the talented and opinionated Richard B. and LB.
Welcome to Straight Up TV. I'm your host, All-Star. Let's meet your co-host.
LB.
Hey, man. Y'all already know who I am, what I came here to do. It's your boy LB, also known as Grams, but that's another story. We might get to that later, but we'll see. I'll let you.
And your next co-host,
Richard B.
What's up, y'all? It's Richard B, aka Iron Beast, and I'm from that Triple Dipple D. And y'all know me by now, hopefully. I hope y'all done followed us on the gram and everything. And, you know, we going to become a great, big, happy family in the future. Hope y'all ready. Be ready. Stay ready.
And today's episode is going to be 2020 in review.
Hey, bro, before we depress everybody, I know 2020 was tough. Can I just go and tell y'all to hit that button? That's all I want. Just hit that button, like, and subscribe. Thank you. We appreciate that.
All right. If it's your first time tuning in to Straight Up TV, let me tell you about Straight Up TV. Straight Up TV is a place where you can hear authentic, real conversations. The stuff that you think that you won't say is the stuff that we say every day on this show.
Straight up.
So hit that subscribe button, like, comment, because you're watching Straight Up TV. What you got to say about that, Rashad?
I think it's critical that we have something like Straight Up TV on air because we need people to stop being so political and politically correct on TV. You know what I'm saying? Quit giving us those political answers. Give us the real live answers. Stop playing with folks. Because guess what? What's for people is for people. So if you're coming on this show and you want to give out some game, give out the game. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Be free with yourself.
Cool. So how you feel about that, B?
Hey, man. It's you know what it is.
I mean, just gotta be straight up. You gotta be straight up.
This free game for the people. This free game for the culture. This free game for the vultures. You feel me?
Right.
We just putting it out there. We gonna say it. You scared to say it? I say it. Bet I will.
Right. We're gonna go and get into the show. Today's topic episode is 2020 in review, and what a year 2020 was. Just by saying that 2020, man. Give me something, Richard. Just when you say 2020, give me something.
Man, I thought 2020 means that like we was gonna have some focused vision.
Hey.
Things wasn't gonna be blurry.
Hey.
But man, we got exactly the opposite of 2020. In reality, that's what we got. It was a blurred situation going on. You got COVID, you got all this type of stuff. You got the passings and all of that. So
yeah,
2020 was rough. It's rough.
It was tough. You got something for the LB?
I mean, you know, so nice say it twice, right? 2020. Yeah. They had us thinking that they had some of us thinking that, you know, we was in for it, done for it, end of the world type situation. But cooler heads prevailed, and it was just, it became an opportunity for something. You know, 2020 actually became an opportunity. Through all the turmoil and through all the desperation, 2020 came, you know, it became something for some people.
Yes, sir. All right. We're going to start off with January, and we're going to try to make our way all the way through 2020.
Let's go.
All right, so we're going to start with January. January 3rd, the United States became aware of the first coronavirus case, making the start of the U.S. response to the pandemic. January 3rd, man, January 3rd. That's when the U.S. first got its first case. Let's talk about it.
That was the first case in the U.S. or was that the first case in the world?
January 3rd, that was the first case in the U.S.
So the first case in China was when? Was that December last year?
They said, they said no, October, end of October, November.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
That's what I believe. I ain't gonna lie. I think Americans, it's about the same time. We travel so freaking much to China, and we always come back. So I think, honestly, it started in 2019. Yeah. It really didn't start in 2020.
Yeah. Well, you know, Donald Trump, you know, they had meetings and briefings. They knew about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, before. But this date I'm telling you about January 3rd is the day that U.S. actually started acting like it was a pandemic.
Okay.
All right. So they was already briefing. They ignored it. But January 3rd is when we actually took action and actually, like we were in a pandemic.
Right.
But the action that they took, it was still, I don't think it was to pandemic level, because look, if we would have totally shut down at the beginning, I know I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
But we would have totally shut down at the beginning, say when this happened or not necessarily shut down, but approached it strategically from this point. And
right.
We had a whole year to, jump on it. And we feel like we in a worse situation than we was when we started with that virus.
Yeah, and still, we still in the pandemic now. You know what I'm saying? People are still dying for coronavirus.
Indeed.
So we are not finished with it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they say the numbers are rising every day?
The numbers are rising
because of a mutated form of the virus.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm jumping ahead to December, even though we're still in January on this rundown.
But when you say coronavirus, you talk about the whole thing in general.
Yeah,
definitely.
Coronavirus was every freaking day. January started. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, I just think that I think we could have did a better job overall. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Like, we should have sat our butts down, but we have greedy leaders. You know what I'm saying? They're about their paper. So if somebody's about their paper,
right,
guess what? They don't care about what the regular people or the poor people.
They don't care about.
Rashad, it's about money too.
It's always about money.
I mean, shutting businesses down. Some of those businesses weren't gonna shut down, but for so long. For so long, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
then on top of that, it was a for a long time people thought it was a hoax. They didn't believe it. They didn't believe it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until you know someone in your family or someone you're closely related to or someone you see every day, they get affected by the pandemic, coronavirus, and they pass away, then you know it's real. And then when you see those people talking about it's not real or whatever, you're like, well, whoa. I got family. I got friends that passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I think that's because, the media is good and bad. How people use the media to sway people one way or another way. Ultimately, it's political, but that's another segment. But it's the way the media put the spin on it and make the whole push for the pandemic so, volatile. You go outside, you'll die. It made it sound cliche. Like, if it sounded like that, who's going to believe that? They should have had a more subtle approach with initiating it or bringing it to the people to where it's something like, look, this is very serious. Not to say if you go outside, you're going to die, but this is serious. If you need to wear a mask, you need to wash your hands. Basic hygiene things that you should already know how to do. You should need to make sure you do those.
Right.
So, it's as simple as that.
It's probably people right now wondering like, y'all talking, but I don't see no mask on y'all face.
Oh, we see it.
But get what though?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all how safe we are in here, man. I'm talking about
talk to him.
We sprayed absolutely everything. I'm talking about we got antibacterial spray for your clothes when you walk in.
What about a temperature check we did? What about the temperature check we did?
Temperature check when you walk in here.
Right.
We do not play no games about it. We're trying to be as safe as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
All right, so let's move along. We're still in January. If you're just now tuning in, we are doing 2020 review. And we just talked about the first corona case in the U.S., and we're going to step forward, and we're going to talk about January 26th, basketball legend Kobe Bryant died in a tragic helicopter crash. I'm going to start off with you, Rashard.
I'm a good person to start out with because, my last name is Bryant, man. When I was growing up, they called me Lil Kobe. I used to play. I was a hooper. That was somebody I just basically, just looked up to. Like, I thought he was my family member. It was so crazy that I thought he was my family member that back in 2003, we had like a family reunion in Denver, Colorado. If y'all remember 2003, that wasn't really a good year for Kobe.
Nah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm gonna keep him real. So like that's the same, basically the same weekend he got in trouble. It's the
Colorado,
same
right?
weekend. Yeah,
He was with y'all?
I was like, yo, Kobe coming to see us, bro. He's coming to the family reunion. You know what I'm saying? That was the same weekend he got in trouble where we had the reunion in Denver, Colorado at that time. But that's another story, though. That was just a little fun fact for y'all about me and how close Kobe was to me. It seems like when somebody real close that I really, really admire pass away, I'm always doing music.
Right.
I am doing some type of form of music. I mean, when my grandmama passed, I was on stage. When Kobe passed, I was inside the studio, literally recording the song. Literally.
Yeah.
And then, like, it was so tough that people know how much Kobe meant to me that they was calling me.
Yeah.
Like he was really like we was like this. They was like my closest friends was calling me like, "You all right, bro?"
Yeah.
And that made it worse. It made me cry.
Yeah.
Cause people really like was like, dang, they really knew what he meant to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was like, they really called me. And, and I ain't gonna lie, the first person I thought about was Gigi.
Yeah,
Right.
That was the first, absolutely first person I freaking thought about.
And she was with him.
And I'm like, she gotta live without her father. That's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, because we all seen how he was being a great role model to her, how he was on the side of the court giving her that game. Like, you can only imagine the conversations that they actually had,
Right.
And what she was freaking learning, bruh.
Yeah.
That just hit hard. He hit hard.
I understand.
Yeah.
LB, what you got over there?
And as well as was it 6 other people aboard the helicopter that tragically crashed into the mountain. A lot of speculation on what could have happened, what should have happened, but I mean, we lost a great one. We lost a couple great ones, and I mean, that's the biggest impact from that, man.
Right.
Is, you know, yeah, man, 2020.
I cried like a baby.
So let me tell you guys.
I teared up. I think I teared up on Nipsey and I teared up on Kobe.
Yeah.
Just because of their impacts to the culture was so great. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to see what you was about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
It's always
right.
what they finna do.
Right.
Kobe was done playing. Kobe could have went on to been the greatest announcer, coach, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nipsey that just died, he could have went out and put a album platinum, 10 times platinum after being independent most of his career and becoming a millionaire like that. So it's just that impact.
The marathon.
Nipsey was finna be on a whole nother level.
Yeah, exactly.
You can hear it in the flow. You can hear it in his mindset.
And just missing out on that future impact, I think that's what hurt the most, man.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys a quick little story. So most of you guys know I'm a veteran. So one of my tours to Korea, I think it was the second tour. I was at E7, and so E7, we had a brigade run, right? And brigade run is when everybody shows up in the morning. Maybe 2,000 soldiers show up in the morning about 6 o'clock in the morning, and we all run. Yeah. We all run, 4 or 5 miles or whatever. So it's one of those days. We had 2,000 people out there in the yard. Everybody stretching, whatever, getting ready to run. And all of a sudden, they said we had a special guest. They got a special guest, man. Okay. And I could see who it was. I could see a body up there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I could see a body up there, but I didn't know who it was.
Right.
And they never said who it was. Mm-hmm. So we take off running, right? And this special guest, he's running with us.
Oh, dope.
He's running with us.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So we come back from the run after 3 or 4 miles or whatever, and we get... right after the run, I have to go to the Sergeant Major because the Sergeant Major is always briefing the seniors. Mm. So I have to go see Sergeant Major. Always having like a little huddle about something or whatever. So later that day, we get back to work, and all my troops and soldiers, they was like, guess who it was? I said, who was it? It was Kobe, man. Kobe was in Korea doing one of his tours for basketball, whatever. Nike tour, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he just stopped by one of the army bases in Korea. Man, that's dope. And you should have seen all my troops, my soldiers, all of them had pictures. He took pictures with everybody.
Oh, wow.
He took pictures with everybody, man.
Right.
I seen him up there, but it was dark because we run. It was like 5:50 in the morning. Yeah. So I didn't go up there. I didn't get to see him. They never said who he was until afterwards, and they did that for a reason because all 2,000 of them people would have tried to get a picture right then.
Yep, they would have.
So they just said we got a special guest, that's cool, and he participated in physical training with us that morning. Didn't know who it was until I didn't know. I found out lunchtime. It was Kobe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the impact that some of my soldiers had, they couldn't even concentrate on working.
It's like little kids.
Man, listen, Kobe already gone. They at work with their jerseys. You in fatigue uniforms.
Kobe.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know.
That is crazy.
When I had a cousin stationed out in Korea, man. Shout out to Dominic Askew. He been in the game for 20-something years, so I gotta shout him out.
All right, let's jump over into February. So February 5th, the Republicans controlled the Senate. They cleared Donald Trump of his 2 impeachment charges. That was February 5th. Remember when he was under those charges?
Yeah, and
They was trying to get him out of there.
and then he stood up and had that press conference and held up the newspaper like a little lame.
That man Trump is.
Yeah. So the
Come on,
reason
man.
the reason why they were trying to impeach him because he was
Come on,
abuse of power.
Oh yeah.
And you know the Republicans just saved him. They just saved him.
I mean that's yeah. I mean, but that's what Republicans do. They save one of their own. I mean, but ultimately that's the guy they chose to lead the party. So they have to uphold and support him because that was, toward the beginning. We're at the end now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They can just let him go to the win now. They don't even got to support him no more. They
Right,
think about the next 4 years.
But ask yourself, Rashard. I mean, how many presidents have you heard being impeached? I mean, while you was living. I mean,
Well, yeah,
Clinton.
Clinton.
Oh, they was,
Clinton. You
Oh,
know they
man.
threatened
For the-
Obama to
For the
they want-
Monica.
You remember that?
Monica?
they threatened Obama.
They was trying to get Obama to get impeached too. They was trying to
Yeah.
find something for him. They was like, "Oh, we got to find something. He's just too good."
DWB.
Oh, you must be talking about that birth certificate.
Yep.
They were trying to get him impeached for the birth certificate.
tried
He wasn't born in the U.S.
They was trying to get him for driving while black. That's
Yeah.
what they was trying to get
Yeah.
Obama for.
That's crazy.
Leading while black. LWB.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Also in February, the first American died from the coronavirus. 60-year-old female was the first American died from the disease in February too.
And it starts.
So remember we just reported that January we got notification and we started reacting and seems like 30-some days later the first American 60-year-old first American to pass away because of the virus.
You know what this kind of sounds like? I remember the movie Outbreak. I think I've seen the movie Outbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the little rhesus monkey, when he bit the little lady, it started with one person, and then it affected the town.
Right.
And then saying they was worried about it spreading over, taking over the world. That's exactly how this felt when this first case came and the first lady died. It felt like I was literally living in the movie. 'Cause it was like, yo, like really? So they finna start putting up walls. They finna start, containing people. And come up with a mysterious antivirus, and then look, in the course of a year, they did all those things. So it's like we're living in a movie. Like this is unbelievable.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Call me crazy, weird, but I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, you know what? If people turn into zombies, I'm finna have some fun. I'm about to have some fun. Like,
headshots.
if you weird, if you're a weirdo,
Headshot.
if you're a little nerdy, sometimes you
Walking
like,
Dead.
bro, we get to really fire off at people for
Right.
feel like Grand Theft Auto out here.
That's crazy.
Hey, I was thinking that way, bro. I was like, yo,
I knew I wasn't the other
I
only
know how to
one.
kill a zombie. We
Right.
ain't in one of those movies. I know how to kill.
Shoot him right in the head. Remember? You gotta
Right
shoot
in
him
the
in the
head.
head.
I've been
right
watching
between
Blade
the
too
eyes.
much. Blade, Trinity. How many Blade movies are there?
It's 3.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Do we ever die?
Vampires don't die.
Yeah,
Unless
they got
wooden
Marshall
steak and all that stuff.
Marshala. What's
Yeah.
his name?
Well, Mahershala.
Mahershala. He's
Ali,
one of
my boy.
He revising that role. He
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that role.
That's a good one to do it.
Yeah,
That's a good.
he's
Look,
a
see,
dope actor.
Chadwick Boseman would have been another good one for that Blade role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chadwick.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah. Idris too Bondy.
Yeah.
Idris is Bond. Like
Yeah.
they stopped flexing to get my man to Bond. But
Yeah.
Chadwick, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. He would have been a good
Right.
good one for that one.
You jumping ahead. I know,
I know.
Chadwick
jumping
in there.
ahead.
2020 was tough for me,
he
man.
always jumping ahead.
Look at him.
I
jumper.
love entertainment. 2020 was tough. man.
Wakanda.
All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep moving. All right, March 11th, the World Health Organization officially recognized the coronavirus outbreak as a pandemic. All right, so we said in January the U.S. responded and acted like we were in a pandemic, but March 11th, the World Health Organization officially recognized the coronavirus pandemic. So I mean, I'm just amazed at how we had to go through all these phases where people were finally recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like we all couldn't recognize it at the same time and just go and do what we had to do to save lives.
See, I remember this because this was around the time they was pulling up all the videos where you see they loading the trucks with body bags full of people.
Yeah.
And New Yorkers running out of space at the hospitals. They was on TV crying about ventilators. They needed support. They needed help. So this was tough for a lot of people because it hit hard. You know what I'm saying? And we just weren't ready. We just weren't ready for the impact.
It hit hard, but let me tell you something about New Yorkers, man. I got some friends that's from New York, so I can say this, okay?
Okay. I didn't say it.
Listen. I'm literally on 2K, right? Playing with some of my New York partners. And I'm like, yo, why y'all still on the street corners? 10 people deep.
Right.
They didn't care. That's what they do. They don't care. New York people, they don't care.
Different breed.
Yeah.
They don't care. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They about their life.
Yep. All right. Let's keep it going. All right. We're in the month of March, and we're doing a 2020 review. And
That's a clear hit. Ooh.
Bill Withers, the songwriter behind the such beloved 70s, he is the person responsible for writing the song "Lean on Me." Lean on Me. He died. He died of heart complications. He was 81 years old. 81 years old. You know, I played that song to death. Lean on Me.
Yeah, that was a jam.
That's back in your day, huh?
You taking shots at me, bro?
No, I ain't.
You taking shots at me, bro? You taking shots at me, bro?
That's back in your day, huh?
Really?
Hey man, ain't gonna lie, I gotta respect y'all day.
Don't.
I literally really.
Oh, he trying to cover it up.
I'm gonna be real. I gotta respect your day. No, I was talking about this the other day. I'm like, bro, like in the 70s and 80s, like you cannot even come close to that feel of that music.
Yeah.
If you literally listen to the vocals and the voice of those people and what they just came out of, the soul, the real feelings, that's the true feelings of like love and stuff like that. Like you cannot even hear that no more. So if you're a musician out there, you have to pay homage and respect them 70s and 80s. So like when people, the old heads be like, y'all music ain't like, they ain't lying. They not lying.
Right.
Because you know why? You know, they was a little bit more creative back then.
Creative.
So instead of saying, girl, just give it to me, they caressed her out them panties. You know what I'm saying? They sung to their woman. You know what I'm saying? It was like they was making love over the song. They didn't have to touch their girl. That thing had panties thrown at them. They was doing the work.
For sure.
Artists, put the work in, man. Stop selling. Put the work in.
All right, let's keep it moving. Also, let's jump into April.
April Fools.
So April was a month that everybody was complaining about the businesses shutting down, and there were a lot of protests about whether we should shut the economy down or let the economy because the economy was going to suffer. So April was a bunch of what I have here is that there was 14.7% Americans unemployed in April. 14.7%. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. About 20 million Americans were without a job. 20 million Americans.
If we being straight up, I was one of them. This straight up TV, I gotta be
straight up.
Yeah.
I was one of them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm okay with it. Cause I ain't gonna lie. In 2019, I was probably working like 45, 50 hours a week.
Right.
Yeah.
I was busting my butt in 2019, so I feel like I earned it anyways. I feel like I almost died like 3 or 4 times in 2019.
Yeah.
That's how hard I was working.
April, 20 million Americans were jobless in April. What you got to say about that, B?
Yeah, man. You heard Rashad say he was happy to be one of them. As an entrepreneur, it kind of affected me different, you know what I'm saying? Because they wasn't really showing gig workers the kind of love at the beginning, or entrepreneurs. But eventually they got right, and I was able to capitalize on my situation. Looking forward to 2021. Also in April, I was able to get married. So I got married during the pandemic, which was, a lot of people started doing that, as we saw, on 420 actually, one of my favorite days of the year. So but yeah, so being able to do that during the pandemic was also, they said, it wasn't able to be done, but she came, she was masked up, she came to where we came, and we did the thing. So
That's what's
cool.
up.
Yeah, man. We're gonna have a big, thank you, bro. We have a big party later once they open back up, but we just want to.
How have you been able to make
paper.
money during that situation, since you are mostly a gig worker? What kind of advice can you give to people who are trying to still maintain? You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, I do. I take photos and I film.
Okay.
So really, that you just got to figure out how to modify your game. If you got to pull up masked up, then you pull up masked up. I mean, it's still people doing certain functions, and it didn't totally cut you off. It just kind of slow you down a little bit.
For sure.
You just kind of budget and think about the future more than you would have thinking I got 7-8 gigs a week. Now you're down to like 2 or 3. So you just kind of budget and be ready for it, be prepared.
For sure. I was actually on Clubhouse one time, and like I was in a room and I'm listening to 21. You said 2021 early, but 21 Savage. He was like, somebody asked him a question. He's like, "How y'all making money if y'all can't go on a stage and perform right now?"
Yeah.
You got to
So
your hustle.
he said his answer was this: 2K pays me to play the game online on Twitch. They pay me. That's how good I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, the moral of this whole thing, I'm gonna make it short, was don't ever put your put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
You actually you need more than one hustle in this world.
Yes, sir.
Do not trust on just one individual. Always have something on the side you're working with. Don't stop.
Spread that thing around a little bit.
Please do that. They'll tell you that when you're doing stocks. Do
Spread
not
that
put
thing
your
around.
money
Yeah,
in one specific company.
You'll be a fool.
Yeah, even if it's a good company. If it's just Apple, don't put all your money into Apple. Put your money in a whole bunch of good companies.
Yeah.
Living and dying by the gun for real. Then.
Yeah, make sure they got dividends and stuff like that. That's a whole nother episode, though.
Yeah. We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
All right, let's keep moving. All right, we in May. So on Memorial Day, and this is pretty hard.
Yeah. This was tough. This was tough to watch.
On Memorial Day.
On Memorial Day,
Ooh, Lord Jesus.
a Minneapolis police officer knelt on the back of George Floyd's neck and killed him on TV
For 7 minutes, bro.
for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, bro. His knee on and full, not just a regular little knee like you got your little nephew down. Ha, I'm tickling you. I got my knee on you. Nah, bro. This full weight of this grown ass man was on the back of another grown ass man's neck. Full weight,
Right.
bruh. Yeah, that hurt, bruh. But that didn't hurt as so more as infuriated me.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
swear,
as a black man,
I
or
swear,
as an American,
as a
Yeah.
human,
Yeah.
human
Yeah.
being, bruh. Fuck all that. If I was there, I would have stepped in and I would just had to deal with those consequences, because that situation should have never happened with all these situations happening with these bystanders shouldn't happen like that. If I'm ever in this situation, don't film me. If you ain't gonna help me, don't film me. You know what I'm saying? Get me off the ground. Don't pull your camera out. The fuck wrong with y'all?
yeah.
Right. It's easier said than done when it comes to that. I mean, people got so many different situations that's going on in their life. They're thinking differently. Like, if I was a bystander and I got kids, I got 3 kids, right?
Right.
I'm thinking about, dang, if I step in, like, I'm putting my life on the line, and then my kids gonna have to live without me. It's so hard to be in that situation. It's so hard to judge that situation for those bystanders who was actually doing, and that's the police. They put the police on a level of, like, they are untouchable, bro, in this world. That's why you got people like Sean King talking about defund the police.
Right.
And I want people to understand what defund the police truly means. It's not saying take away the police. We'll be idiots if we think that we don't need police. We just need the right police.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they need to be reprimanded if they're not going to protect and serve absolutely every soul and body in this country, no matter what color they are,
Yeah.
no matter what face they got. That's what the police was supposed to be for. But
Right.
if you really, really look on the history of police,
Break it down.
where they came from,
Break it down.
you know what I'm saying?
They were
slave catchers.
They were slave catchers.
Right.
So like when white folks ask us like why do we don't like the police, we look at the history of everything, man. Y'all really be asking us crazy questions.
The police weren't invented till slavery was abolished.
Right.
They needed some way to keep track of all the newly freed slaves that
Right.
they got running around. So they started to police them, and we'll lock them up, and we'll take their money that way.
Right.
Like it's a game, bruh. And and I feel like the police are just following their examples.
Right.
Because the higher ups in government don't give a damn about us. So why should the police give a damn about us?
Right.
It's what's the point?
If I was KKK, I'm hiding in a police uniform. Absolutely.
Right.
Most
Right.
definitely.
Damn straight.
If I'm a
Most
doctor,
definitely.
some doctors, and I got a black patient, I'm hiding in a doctor's uniform.
Definitely.
Like, bro, like you gotta be smart about this whole situation. This is straight up TV, so I'm gonna tell you how TI is. Understand that?
All right. What'd you say, Abby?
Nah, man, I was just just putting emphasis on what Rashard B said, man. This is a touchy subject, man.
It's super touchy.
Let's keep it real.
And Shay, I'm sorry. Shout out to Captain Jack, Steven. Steven Jackson. That was his best friend. That's one of his friends. You know what I'm saying? He looks exactly like them. They from the same city, Port Arthur, and he's leading the fight into making sure that we get justice for George Floyd's death. So we need to make sure that we are behind our brother and we protect our brother.
Okay. So let's move. We in May. We have some deaths we need to talk about. First death in May I want to talk about, and like I don't have every person who passed away. Unfortunately, wish I did, but we're gonna go over the ones I have. So we're in the month of May. The first one is Betty Wright. Betty Wright, legendary soul and R&B singer.
Hey, that was
she
tough.
died May 10th. She was 66. The cause of her death was not released yet.
I don't like that type of stuff.
Yeah, the next one is Jerry Stiller of Seinfeld and King of Queens. Died of natural causes.
God,
Yeah.
that was
That's a legend.
God.
Right there. That's
Yeah,
a legend
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Hey, white folks, please stop looking at look, we love y'all. Don't think that we do not love y'all,
Yeah.
because it's like there's no more forgiving race in the world than black folks. Trust me, we shouldn't be, and just be real, we really shouldn't be, but we are. We can't help it. It's in our spirit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like Jerry freaking Stiller, man. When I tell you Kings of Queens, that was my guy.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, it was
him
good.
so much.
It was funny
man.
too. It was funny.
So freaking funny, man.
It was funny.
Jeez.
All right, so it was announced by Ben Stiller, and it was May 11th, and Jerry Stiller was 92 years old.
Hey, I didn't know that was his dad. They were father and
Yeah,
son
I
until
knew.
then.
I knew.
Until then, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
it makes
yeah.
sense.
That's beautiful
So-
to have your family working with you. That's the most
That's
beautifulest
great.
thing
Yeah.
ever, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. It can be beautiful.
Yeah.
It should be beautiful.
It
Yeah.
should be. Yo, let me jump in right here because it was just about now in May when something came to light that we didn't skip over, but we did just what the media did, just what everybody else did.
What's that?
March 13th, Breonna Taylor got killed,
Oh yeah.
but it didn't come to light until May,
Wow.
until
Right.
the summer.
Wow.
So I just wanted to put that emphasis on there. Breonna Taylor was asleep in her apartment,
Yep.
and the police served a no-knock warrant, something
And
that's frowned upon.
This was in March,
March 13th.
but it came out and it was in the news in May.
Exactly.
And guess what? Sean King just literally posted, I think either today or yesterday, that those officers served an incorrect warrant.
Right.
Incorrect warrant.
Exactly.
So like, bro, like I need people to stop playing with us, bro. Like, we upset for a damn near the greatest reason ever. Stop
Life.
freaking playing with us,
My
bro.
life is on the line. I have a right to be upset.
Like, we not making none of this stuff up, bro. Like, there are some injustices, there's some wrongs, there are people that are using the laws for their advantage, bro. Stop playing with us, bro.
Right. All right, so right now we're gonna go ahead and jump into one of our segments. We're gonna start with LB. LB, what you got for us?
Okay. Now, 2020, a lot of us was spent time doing what? At home. Netflix and chill, Hulu and Dulu, Prime on time, whatever you want to call it, whatever you do with your boo. So I just ran down a few of the 2020 movies, top movies in 2020, and must-watch TV shows that I thought were amazing, and a lot of these other people thought were amazing, and I ain't got to yet. So we'll start with movies. Tenet. Have you seen Tenet?
No, I haven't seen Tenet.
I just forgot.
Denzel Washington, brother.
He got nothing.
It's his Denzel Washington's son,
Denzel
yeah.
Washington's
Oh, yeah. I'm watching it.
You
I'm
seen
watching
it?
it. Yeah.
You seen it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay. I
I
haven't
said
seen
it was
it.
weird to
That's
follow.
good.
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh,
I said
I
it was
watched
hard
it.
to
I
follow.
I haven't seen it yet, but the premise was it's a movie that takes place in time, and time doesn't end; it just keeps changing.
yeah.
So I'm waiting to see that. I know that's gonna be right up my alley because I like weird shit like that.
B, can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
Richard, it's one of those movies you got to watch 3 times.
Yeah, I like them.
Because so during the movie, he figured out half the movie is in reverse. Half the movie you're watching in reverse. He like the car is going backwards, shooting people, but in reverse.
Dope.
It's crazy.
So it's kind of weird, like that Johnny Depp movie. What's that one?
Out of Time?
Yeah.
Out of Time.
Or,
There's
you talking about the one
yes.
Inception.
Inception.
They're going through the mind.
It's weird like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I still don't get Inception. Do not shoot me for that, but I
because
Inception is deep.
On this movie, B,
I love it.
did you know he was fighting himself?
Yeah, I
a
did.
couple times he was fighting himself.
I knew that.
I was like, hold up,
Just from
that's
the
him.
previews, I figured that out. You know, I call myself the movie goblin because I be destroying movies. The preview, I can kill it. So in the preview, I did figure that part out. I figured out it had something to do with time travel. So I'm just anxious to see it and kill the rest of the movie.
I don't watch previews for that reason. If you show me too much preview, I don't want to see your movie no more.
I mean,
that's
but
why.
I ain't even got to see
when
the
you
preview,
when you watch it, just know that he fighting himself.
All right.
Yeah, but they make that known from the jump.
Go ahead, OB. I'm sorry.
Another movie that was off the hinges in 2020 was Unhinged. Y'all see that?
I haven't.
I did.
My boy Russell Crowe in Traffic, playing the fat man in Traffic, cutting people off. That was a good movie. If you haven't seen Unhinged, you should go see that.
Okay.
As well as
put that on my list.
Yeah, Unhinged is definitely a good movie. It'll make you think twice about flicking somebody off in traffic.
Oh yeah,
it definitely will.
I don't do that anyways.
Yeah, it makes somebody else think twice about flicking you off in traffic.
Yeah, you should anyways.
The Invisible Man came out, which was a remake from the old 1990s, and there's a remake from the 60s movie, which was okay. It was decent. Mulan released on Disney streaming site. That was the first ever. You had to pay an extra $29 to get it first, but that turned out to be good. And Spell with Omari Hardwick. Did y'all see that?
I seen it. I actually seen it the other day.
Loretta Devine and Omari Hardwick.
Yeah,
I don't know if I seen that.
It was actually good. It wasn't that bad.
The movie was good, but don't kill me. Omari Hardwick should have picked another one.
Yeah.
He threw them. I felt like I was watching Ghost. Lost in the Woods. Like that's what I felt like I was watching. So it was like
You trying to tag him back to Ghost?
Like
run, Ghost!
I'm looking for Tommy to come out and start shooting.
You can't tie him to that, bro. That's what actors don't want to do. They don't want you to tie them to one role like that.
I wasn't tying him to it. He was acting like he was Ghost.
You just said
he was acting like he was Ghost. Come on, hey kids, we need to go over here and do this. Like he's not a. Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave him alone. Okay. Did y'all see Coming to America too?
What you mean? Did we see?
You didn't see it.
Come out
That's
tomorrow.
all I'm saying. I'm still waiting on that.
You didn't see it.
That one was supposed to come out in 2020. It didn't. I'm still waiting on it. So I guess we'll see what 21 holds for
March
Coming to
5th,
America
2021.
Yeah.
A few TV shows that were good. Just to finish. P-Valley. I know everybody's seen P-Valley.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, bro.
I watched a little bit.
I heard there was a lot of trans situation going on. Hey, ain't nothing. Hey, that's your thing.
That's your thing.
If that's your thing, that's your thing.
P-Valley.
just ain't my thing.
P-Valley has a lot of suggestible situations, but it's just like anything else that comes on HBO and stars up to 8 o'clock. You know, you gotta kind of watch it with your goggles on.
Yeah.
So they watch Game of Thrones, and it's a lot of butt in that too.
Yeah.
So,
Game of Thrones was my show.
But Game of Thrones is worse than P-Valley to me. But Lovecraft Country. Let me get some respect on the name.
I heard that was great.
Lovecraft Country.
I see that.
Was amazing. I'm upset. There's only one season out right now. I'm in pins and needles looking for season 2. We got Tiger King that came out. The Queen's Gambit. Woke on Hulu. Did y'all see Woke on Hulu?
No. So Queen Gambit is good, dog.
The Queen's Gambit. The people rated it number 3 on the list of 10.
Yeah.
It ain't on my list because I ain't seen it because I don't mess with the Queen like that. But maybe I'll give it a chance. Woke on Hulu though.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you check that out. It's about a guy figuring out he's woke from being blinded. Like that's amazing. Like that's a good one. The Masked Singer came out and did his thing. Jordan's The Last Dance had his show out in 2020. It's just so much. But I May Destroy You topped the list of top streaming services for 2020 or top streaming TV series for 2020.
Yeah.
It's about a girl who tracks down her rapist.
Wow.
Yeah, after years, and then I'll leave it up to you to figure out what the rest.
What's the name of that one?
I don't want to kill it. It's called I May Destroy You.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And one of my LB's picks that I just like I said, weird shit. His Dark Materials on HBO. Like it's about you being able to see your spirit, and your spirit takes the form of an animal. Anybody know me? Know I'm all about that. My spirit.
So you read Animorphs growing up?
Yeah, I did. Animorphs was my shit. And my spirit animal is a tiger and a bear mixed up in any form. You take it how you want to take it. We'll see it. We'll show it. Hey, that's all I got on entertainment.
All right. Rashard B, what you got for us?
Man, okay. So mine's is I'm just doing the top sneakers releases
2020?
Of 2020 in my opinion. Like you can go to Sneaker Review or Sneaker News. You can go to Complex and look at their opinion. But I got my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is for me.
Right.
And I'll make it quick. All right. And hopefully maybe we can get a little shot of them somewhere inside the video.
Okay.
But the Medcom toy Nike SB Blazer Low Light Cream. This shoe was only $80, and it looked like you're wearing a polar bear on your foot.
Ooh,
Wow.
It had the polar bear fur looking thing on it.
comfy.
That's kind of fire. I just thought it was fire. And guess what? I took an L on sneakers with that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nike Kobe 6 Grinch. That's one of my other ones.
Yeah.
Everybody know that's the top Kobe 6 ever. And Vanessa Bryant she put in her stories, or she tweeted that she's going to try to make it easier for us to get Kobe 6s. You know, because it's a lot of bots that's just taking over the freaking world of sneaker game. Like, they are buying the shoe and they're reselling it. Like,
bots is taking over anything online sales.
Anything.
Bots is taking over.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to buy an Xbox to this day because of a goddamn bot.
man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried botting.
Nah,
It ain't work out for me. It costs a lot of money to try to buy.
It ain't worth my time.
All right.
So I'm gonna keep going with the shoes.
Okay.
Adidas Yeezus Boost 360 version 2, the bread ones. All right. This shoe done came out more than once. All right. So it's still one of my top shoes. Adidas. I'm trying to get you to start courting me, as in, you know, making it easier for me to get y'all shoes, because Nike, they do me better than y'all. I'm just gonna put it on out there.
Damn.
All right. The next shoe is I like was the Adidas NMD R1 V2 Cloud White Core Black Scarlet. Yes, these shoes have a long name, but if you look them up, you're gonna see why I like them. Okay.
What's the name? What's the name again, bro?
Adidas NMD R1 version 2 Cloud White Core Black Scarlet.
Let me get them. Let me get them right there.
They fire. You know what I'm saying? The other person other collab I like was Sakai Nike Vapor Waffle, the Black Summit White cup version.
I did see them.
Sakai is fire.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love collaborations. Nike, you got to start doing your collaborators better justice, because I heard that my boy from Fear of God, Jerry Lorenzo just went to Adidas. Everybody migrates to Adidas. And Nike, I love you so much, but come on, man, do your people right. All right.
Hey.
So 3M Nike Women's TC 7900 LX Pink Blast. It's a woman's shoe, but it's so unique to me. It's beautiful, man. It's a pink shoe, but I would rock the mess out of them joints. I have no discrimination when it comes to shoes. All right.
Right.
Got the Air Max 97 Halloween. They glow in the dark.
Oh, wow.
And they got like
You said
this
the
little
Halloween?
ooze. They call Air Max 97 Halloween.
Yeah.
They glow in the dark and they ooze. They got the little ooze version. I like different
Hold on.
weird
You
stuff.
could put slime in them and press
No,
them?
they just got they drew some ooze that came from under
they
the
drew
97.
I thought you had actual ooze coming out them. Like,
Nah, it might remind me of Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah.
really made me think
Yeah.
about when I seen
Man.
that shoe. All right, I
Gotta
got
bring them out.
3 more shoes, okay, and I'm gonna end my segment. So the Nike Dunk Low Ben and Jerry's, you know the Ben and Jerry ice cream,
Yeah.
collaboration.
I seen them.
These collaborations is
It was
what's
cool.
making you Nike. These collaborations is making y'all hot. Do your collaborators
Collabs.
right. Do them right. So it's like the Ben and Jerry ice cream. That you know the how it looks on the outside.
Yeah.
That's how the shoe look.
Yeah, I seen
Right.
that.
And guess how
That
much
was
the
cold.
resale value of
What
that shoe
you know?
is?
I'm gonna ask you that.
Guess what? You buy the shoe for $100. Guess what the resale is?
What is it?
You gonna see why I'm in the sneaker game right here. $1,750.
Get out of here.
Dang.
That's worse than Pokemon.
See, that's
cards.
why you got all these bots. It's just too much money to be made. So
Right.
I can't. I'm mad at the resellers, but I can't get mad. But I still need you. Hey, listen, resellers, I'll stop talking about y'all if y'all make sure that I'm right.
He said start hooking them up, man.
You start
Send some
hooking me
shoes
up.
to the studio.
Give me some,
Let go.
love. But anyways, another one. Nike Dunk Low, Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead is a rock band. They
Yeah.
did a collaboration. Your collaborations, Nike, is what's making y'all pop, and
Yeah.
y'all know it. Make sure you're doing your collaborators correctly.
Right.
It's basically you got like a yellow teddy bear on your shoe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know how unique that is?
Yeah.
I need that type of love on the uniqueness, okay? And this is my honorable mission because of the comfort. The older you get, you're going to look for comfort. The Nike ISPA Overreact Shadowberry.
Right.
Put them on your feet. And my shoe of the day, of course, it's Kobe's.
Okay.
Kobe's.
It's the 5 rings. This is the ones he wore. Nike commemorated his 2010 ring, and he wore these throughout the season. The 5 rings. It actually has things on here you can read, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's my
All right.
segment for the day.
Kobe.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, LB.